This segment I am going to be submitting Restoration of Zimbabwe Cardinal Shekinah Glory by calling politicians to order. Politicians must know that Zimbabwe is a Trinitarian state led by triumvirates drawn from political, traditional, and religious stables, thus represented by our three presiding executive presidents with Johanemasowe or Chimurenga Grace. I thank head of state and government through his council for initiating Poland as a political stable whereupon those with career in politics are first schooled in matters of cardinal governance from the fortresses of Zimbabwe politics, Rushanga Rwechimurenga. You cannot be a successful politician without an understanding of how Zimbabwe State Sanhedrin operates from Great Zimbabwean closure and how Zimbabwe was born out of Great Zimbabwe through Chimurenga. No one cannot be a commander-in-chief without going through the ranks from securocrats. Representation of Zimbabwe triumvirates in protecting our Shekinah motherhood cardinal cloth of Zimbabwe, whereupon cardinal treaties are depicted constituting national flag. However, full quorum at Poland is such that we have stakeholders drawn from both political fortresses, traditional fortress, and Jesuit religion fortress in Zimbabwe under Johanemasowe, with each stakeholder from the said fortresses and stables giving their narrative, so that a nationality's domain is given true and correct cardinal narrative on who is who in Zimbabwe. What politicians must know? Politicians must know the difference between our country Zimbabwe of geopolitical governance and its state of traditional leadership, as well as the kingdom of Murenga priesthood Sanhedrin. We must understand our standing social contract of our state progenitors first before understanding our national constitution of political governance. We have got leadership with the cardinal mandate, and leadership changes are done by Jehovah without men's hand. Political leaders enjoy public mandate, whereas traditional and cardinal leaders enjoy cardinal mandate from I am Jehovah. Presidium is by representation of triumvirates, and as such gets its mandate from triumvirates from the said fortresses born out of Chiera and Murenga binary notation as ratified by cardinal subjects in State House. Dragging Presidium to the public is a mistake because public is not privy to matters of Rushanga. Public does not understand how Rushanga operates, what are the parameters of our fortresses from which Presidium mandate is obtained. Politicians enjoy a cosmopolitan democracy to parliament, whereas statesmen constituting Presidium are given to the public by God after anointment by Mzimu Unoera, of whom Watcher Angel is the custodian, with the mandate to install the Presidium and triumvirates. The highest office of a politician is the premiership, accountable to the Presidium of our Shekinah Fatherhood and the Senate of our Shekinah Motherhood, under a matriarch as Speaker of Senate Proxy Johanemasowe. This is our narrative. What we are waiting for now is for Poland in respect of the said talks. Talks are not political. Talks are both political, traditional, and religious. We need to come together as a full quorum, represented by those from the political stables, those from traditional stables, and those from religious stables. That's the full quorum of whatever talks that need to be done in Zimbabwe for a cardinal consensus. We can't have a consensus from politicians and use that consensus to run a country where traditional leaders and religious leaders are excluded. So our national consensus must be such that we have got a traditional input, a religious input, and a political input. So we await His Excellency to the head of state to convene an Indaba for national talks. Indaba with a full quorum is represented in this segment. Full quorum is political, traditional, and religious. Political narrative must fit into traditional narrative. Traditional narrative must also fit into religious narrative. Because remember, Zimbabwe is a Christian country. As a Christian country, we don't exalt politics above traditional culture. Neither do we exalt traditional culture above a religious beliefs. So we need a full quorum for our national talks, for national consensus. I thank you. Nyenyedzi tiyambutsewo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutsewo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutsewo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi. Nyenyedzi tiyambutsewo, tiyambuke nyenyedzi.